Alright, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and as part of the Rankin Technical College AWD, or Application and Website Development Program, and in particular the AWD1111 Framework with Web Databases class, I've been doing a series of video presentations on all sorts of ASP.NET related subjects, including the 27 chapters from the 5th edition of Pro ASP.NET MVC 5, written by Adam Freeman from A-Press. There are 27 chapters in here. I've done video presentations on all 27 chapters. Chapters 7 through about 13 in here build a realistic ASP.NET MVC 5 project for a mythical sports store called Sports Store. All right, but I've decided that before we start that as a class, I'm first going to go over a couple of tutorials. I went over a tutorial that I did in 4 parts on getting started with Entity Framework 6, code first, using MVC 5. And now I'm going over another tutorial, getting started with Entity Framework 6, database first, using MVC 5. And I'm in the first lesson. And I just ran that post-deployment script, and it says right here, this is about page 7 of 40 or so, it is important to note that the post-deployment script is run every time you deploy the database project. Therefore, you need to consider the requirements when writing the script. All right, fine. You want more on that, you can read this. Okay, you now have 4 SQL script files, but no actual tables. You're ready to deploy your database project to local DB. In Visual Studio, hit the F5 button to build and deploy the product. Check the Output tab to verify that they have succeeded. So let's start with that. Let's do a file save all, and let's run the program. Don't know if I actually get anything out here as far as any output or anything. I have absolutely no idea. It says to see the new database has been created, open up your SQL Server Object Explorer, and under local DB, look for the name of that database. So let's do that. So SQL Server Object Explorer, there it is. All right, I want to find the one that I was using for this, which I think is this one. Databases. Contoso University 2, is that it? Let's try to open that and just see what's in here. Tables. Doesn't look like there's anything in there. I'll try to refresh again, but I don't think that's going to really help. Projects, Contoso University data. What I'm hoping is I didn't set this up incorrectly when I started, which I very well could have done. There's Contoso University data 2, tables. Course enrollment and student. I think this is it. And let's double check. So we'll come in here and we will look at, let's go into the enrollment one. Oh, we'll go to courses, that's fine. We'll view the data. This looks like the, let's look at enrollment. In fact, let's look at student. All right. Donnie Tibbetts, Lisa Guzman. Yep, that all looks correct. All right, so I believe that everything is cool. Using MVC Entity Framework and ASP.NET scaffolding, you can create a web application that provides an interface to this existing database. This tutorial series shows how you can automatically generate code that enables users to display, edit, create, and delete data that resides in a database table. The generated code corresponds to columns in the database table. This tutorial focuses on creating the web application and generating the data models. Okay? So, create an ASP.NET web app. So the first thing I want to do is close all this. All right. And believe it or not, I'm going to close everything that's in there. So the author says either in a new solution or in the same solution as the database project, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to right mouse click here, choose, add, new project, and this new project is going to be an ASP.NET web application. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, click next. We want to call this one Contoso Site. All right, should be being saved automatically. Same framework. Notice that we're not asked here for a project name because it's already in this project. All right, create. We want to select the MVC template. We don't need the host in the cloud. That's not even in here, I don't think. Nope. So we've already got it set to MVC. So we're going to click Create. The project will be created with our default files and folders. In this tutorial, the author says here we will be using Entity Framework 6. Let's add that, but we'll do it the other way from the way that we did it previously. So once this comes up, okay, we can close this, and let's see what we got here. All right, so there's what we have. We can now come in and do a Tools, NuGet Package Manager. I've done the console before, so let's do it this way, the Manage NuGet Packages. Under Installed, notice we do not have in here Entity Framework, so I'll go to Browse. I'll find Entity Framework, tell it to install it for the project. Accept License Agreement. And now I should be in good shape as far as, no errors. Everything should be okay. All right, I can close this now. Okay. All right. And the author says, you will now create the Entity Framework models from database tables. These models are classes which will be used to work with the data. Each model mirrors a table in the database and contains properties that correspond to the table columns. So we want to right mouse click on models, and we want to select add new item. In here we want to go and find data. Under data we want the AWD1111 entity model. We are to rename this Contoso model and click Add. The wizard will come up. We want to select EF Designer from Database, which is the default. It says if you have database connections predefined within your environment, you may see one of these pre-selected. However, we want to create a new one. So click the New Connection button. In the connection window property, it says provide the name of the local server. So we should be able to put in here, I wonder if we click, well, I'm not sure what will happen. Now I might get an error for doing that. That was silly, but that's okay. Now, one thing I can do to make sure I'm picking the right server here is I'd have to cancel this, but I should be able to say here, local DB projects I think it's 12, but I'm not sure. This gives me an error, it's not 12. So I'll find it, let's put it that way, if I get an error here. Otherwise, when I click down here, it should show me Contoso Data 2 as far as one of my data. In fact, it should show me all the database names that are on here. So if I get an error, I'll do it the other way. There's so many different ways of doing this, be that good, bad, or indifferent. All right. Doesn't like it. So let me click cancel, click ignore, click cancel again. I'm going to right mouse click on Contoso University Data 2, go to properties, see if I can find the server from here. And I did. There it is. Well, that did say the same thing. So copy. So I'm going to try it again. Right mouse click on my project name, add, new item, data model, Contoso model, click add, want to do it from the database, want a new connection. I'm going to try it like this, /localDB like that. I'm going to try refresh. If I get an error, I'm going to go back. Let's do this. Yeah, we did get an error. Change it here. Okay. File name. Like I said, good, bad, or indifferent. There are so many different ways of doing this. Cancel again, and I'm going to cancel again, and I'm going to cancel again. All right. Let's see. That's project file, project folder. Just wanted to check here and see what it's showing me here. showing me my SQL files. Alright, well that's not helping me at all. Let's see, there's nothing in app data there. I went through this before. Well, there's databases. Can I do it from there? No, that's just okay. There's my database. Properties. It's got the server. That's what I thought it was. I'm going to try it like this. Okay. Try it one last time. I'm already getting up there in time. Yes, I am. Okay, so I am going to put that down. Right mouse click. Add. New item. You've seen this before now. See if it takes that. Okay, doesn't like that. Let's see if I can browse to it, if that helps. I don't know. So I want C:, users rank in desktop. I don't know if this will work either. ASP.NET, database first, DB first, Contoso site. There's nothing under app data. That may be why I had the problem. Well, it says it's not in there. Let's try localhost. Regardless, I'm going to stop after this, pick it up on, I'm done with the first part of this. We're just about done. Well, they do show something that I didn't look at before, so let's see. Data source, server name. They did put in here local DB projects V13. Select or enter a database name. Contoso University Data. Now, I think I have to put a 2 in there, but I'm not positive. Try OK. Now, if it comes back and it beeps at me and it gives me an error message, I'm a little stuck right now, so I may have to go back and redo this in a different way. All right. Tell you what I'm going to do, and that is this. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna click cancel, ignore, cancel. I'm gonna remove this university data product or project. I'm just gonna literally remove it. Remove. And it's now gone. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna come up here to the databases and I'm gonna type in add new database, and I'm just gonna put in here Contoso University. Just that. Contoso University. I'm going to click OK. All right, there it is. There's nothing in there yet. That's what I'd expect. Well, that isn't good. No, it's good. There, that's the one I want there. And there's nothing in there. All right, so I'm going to go into here and I'm going to click New Query. And I'm going to try to put all this stuff quickly in here. I'm at 22 minutes, so I'm going to do it in the next lecture.